You are listening to the audio production of Whole, the life-changing power of relating to God with all of yourself by Catherine Mack and Aaron Williams, published by B&H Publishing Group. This book is read by Jaimee Draper and Kirby Heyborne. To B.J. Mack and Mallory Williams, our faithful spouses who have been a huge part of shaping this journey.
To our kids, we are praying with hope for your relationships with Christ and the flourishing of the church in your generation. Intro, half. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing. It is the act of moving air in and out of the lungs to facilitate an exchange in our bodies, a taking in of oxygen and a flushing out of carbon dioxide. Everyone agrees, breathing is essential to keeping our bodies alive and functioning. Imagine if someone said this, "But I'm just an inhaler. I don't do the exhaling part." Imagine watching them inhale and inhale and inhale. It wouldn't take long for that person's face to turn bright red and for both of you to realize that breathing isn't breathing unless you are inhaling and exhaling. When you think about it, choosing between the two would be an absurd choice to make. Although we might not force ourselves to make this absurd choice when it comes to our breathing process, we can easily and surprisingly force ourselves to make it in a number of other areas of our lives, especially when it comes to our personality or our spiritual lives. In so many parts of our being, we tend to impose a dichotomy in the very place there should be wholeness. Where various parts of our being should be one, we rip them apart into two. For whatever reason, we've been blind to the fact that, like inhaling and exhaling, they were always intended to work together. This book will discuss 4 of those interrelated dichotomies: head and heart, spirit and truth, being and doing, saint and sinner. Do you separate these things? Do you put an or where there should be an and?
Without even realizing it, many of us have. We've segmented one aspect of who we are from the other, which, as we will see, has damaging effects on our overall well-being and almost always stunts our spiritual growth. Like a person who insists on just inhaling, many of us are unknowingly choosing to operate with half of the whole life God has given us. If you feel far from God or like something is missing in your spiritual life, or maybe you are just frustrated with the lack of real transformation that should be happening as you grow in the Lord, it could be that you are living out this sort of segmented spirituality. Maybe you are living as half of yourself and, therefore, are missing out on so much of the spiritual life you could be experiencing. The 4 sections of this book, as we briefly mentioned previously, give us a chance to explore the parts of who we are that we might be neglecting and offer practical ways to integrate those parts so that we can begin relating to God wholly. Before you start, hear this. When you start relating to God with all of who you are, it is powerful. It is the way the Christian life is meant to be lived. Do you want that? Do you want the pieces of you that are broken apart to be put back together? Do you want to bring every fiber of who you are into your relationship with God, including the parts you've been holding back? Do you want to stop relating to God with only half of yourself? Are you ready to come to Him with all of who you are? Then get ready. It will change your life. Let's take this journey together. Section 1. Head and Heart. What was church like for you when you first started going? In my mind,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?